I check the clock at 12. I do the math in my head. If I fall asleep now, I'll get a good 9 hours of sleep. My head engraves my pillow as I close my eyes. But as I close my eyes, I try to ignore my busy mind in the calm night. I shuffle, trying to relax, thinking maybe if I close my eyes long enough, the thoughts will subside and I'll start to fade into my slumber. I look at the clock again, 2:30. I say goodbye to a good night's rest, making my way to my laptop and begin to write. Here it goes. As I immerse myself into the depths of my mind, I often consider, or rather question life, humanity, space, anything, everything. Oftentimes I'll walk outside inhaling my surroundings. I look up at the sky and take note of how small I am, a speck to a passenger on a plane, an atom to the stars far away. And then I think about people, human existence. I think about how we've been here for a pretty long time. Nothing too crazy, but long enough to ask myself how, or why. I mean, we're pretty weak, at least in the physical sense. Put us in a cage with a lion or a tiger, or even a dog just hungry enough to not let anything get in its way. We'd lose in a heartbeat. But our intellect saves us, our ability to create something stronger that can fight for us, like machines or guns, or to discover a concoction that heals us, like medicine. And the harder I think about this concept, the harder it gets to come up with answers. How is it that our brain, an organ the size of 2 fists put together, was able to drag humanity along for so long? Or how's this for a mindfuck? Let's switch gears towards outer space. Right now we're just floating, or rather are being dragged around the sun by a gravitational pull. But what happens if the Earth were to just fall? Where would it fall? Would it ever stop falling? And if it did, what stopped it? Was it the end of space? If it was, why does it come to an end? What's on the other side? Or let's say the Earth never ran into anything at all. It just kept falling. Does that mean space is infinite? But how can something just keep on going? How is there no end? I honestly don't know which concept is easier to wrap my head around, space being infinite or space coming to an end. And let's not forget about the ocean. We've only explored 5% of the ocean floor. I can't even begin to imagine what types of creatures are out there, ones that will never see the face of a human because they're so far down, or by the time they reach the surface, if they do reach the surface, humans will be long gone. I think about places like Florida and California, states that are close to the sea level, where houses don't have basements because if people were to dig for a basement, they'd hit water or the ocean. Which leads me to the thought that some species, whether it be a tiny fish, a shark, or something we have yet to discover, could be swimming underneath us right now and we would have no idea. And now making a full circle back to us, people. But more specifically, what makes me, me, and you. And I mean this in a mental sense. Why do I see anger from the color red and you see passion? Why can you talk to 100 people and feel alive and I feel anxious talking to one stranger? Why do you like rap and I like rock, or you practical and me a dreamer? One shift in my DNA or one wrong wire in my brain could make a world of a difference of who I am and what I could have been. I understand that every part of our brain has a certain function or functions to control our physical and psychological behavior, but I'm still left with more questions. Yes, our environment and how we grew up has a lot to do with who we are in our adult life. But I guess I'm asking what shapes us more, nurture or nature? Would someone destined to be a social butterfly turn into a shy person if they grew up with an introverted family? Would a person donate their money to charities and volunteer at hospitals if their family consisted of con artists and criminals? I wish I had answers for my wandering mind, but I don't. I guess the only thing I can do is wait for tomorrow's midnight array of philosophical thoughts and questions, and maybe stumble upon an answer.
In high school, there have been a lot of guys. There was one guy who actually stalked her.
Yeah.
Like, she had to tell like our principal and everything.
Yeah.
Like she changed the route and everything just to bump into her. Somebody asked, can I say these?
Yeah, oh, go for it, I don't care.
Somebody asked for her pee.
Yeah.
If they can see her feet.
Someone asked if on feet.
Yeah.